All right, moving along, we're going to go into some platforms that I personally recommend myself, and then also some stuff that's out there. We'll go through the web browser and go through some different options so you know different kind of platforms and brokers and who they are. Now, the reason I have the word broker still here in between platform and trader is because this is synonymous out there for the majority of the platforms you're going to get. Is usually the broker themselves is managing and owns the platform as well. So you'll notice that at some places, almost 80-90% of the places, that the broker himself or herself has is the owner of the platform. So like Ninjatrader, for example. Let's go into that. If you go here to my website, to viperfutures.com, at the top recommendations, click on trading platforms, and you'll see Ninjatrader pop up as our premier recommendation that we make. I use this for day trading. I take advantage of the affordable day margins that are available there too, that we discussed in a prior video regarding margins. It's a downloadable platform. There's a big difference now. There's a lot of web-based platforms that are becoming very popular out there. Ninjatrader is still a downloadable version. You can download your version for free. You get a free trial for a couple of weeks, but it's a highly advanced, technologically advanced software. Super advanced charting capabilities. You can simulate in there. They use custom Ninja script development, which is like a project that I've been working on the last couple of years between this and Tradestation, using a different script called Easy Language there. As we get into the generations now of semi-automated, not like high frequency trading, but like semi-automated and algorithmic trading, or kind of semi-automating or strategies and things like that. We tend to get into coding and some of the as we advance into automation, this is a good platform to do that. A lot of coders available out there. I think I even recommend some in our traders tool chest as that grows. People that I work with directly, they get referrals, recommendations from me based on my experience. Sidetrack here real quick. Side note on Viper Futures, we recommend people that we like. There's a lot of people I've worked with that I don't recommend. Kind of like a bad mechanic. You wouldn't recommend it to anybody and you just move on, never use them again. Same thing. I've had a ton of services. I've had a ton of experience with a ton of platforms, the customer service level from the technology level. And I can tell you right now that there are platforms that I'm not going to down talk. I'm just rather not going to talk about them at all, especially coders. I mean, we've gone through series of people that have just been great, and then a series that are just not worth saying anything about. Okay. So with that said, Ninjatrader is great. They have a great customer service. I mean, their customer service, by the way, with all my experience, is hands down the best. They don't pay me to say this. I get nothing to refer anybody over there, guys. Trust me. I've dealt with a lot of people, and the way that they manage the phones sometimes is the other people out there could manage the phones. It just amazes me, like how they even got a job. So Ninjatrader is their customer service, the response time on a technical level when you talk to their ITs or email them, it's just stellar. I haven't found anyone. I found people that claim they got the best service. These people don't even claim they got the best service, and they are. In fact, I send them numerous emails, letting them know how I'm so happy with their response time. Is that they don't even respond back. I think they just know their place. So again, but as far as a platform with a broker integrated, Ninjatrader, I highly recommend them. Give them a shot. Another one that I work with is Tradestation. Now, here's why I worked with Tradestation, and I'm going to recommend them on both levels. Let's go to their site. Tradestation has been killing it in winning awards left and right. Now, Tradestation, I have a personal relationship with them. In fact, if you saw the link on my website, if you open an account with them, you do get up to a $600 credit on commissions. And that's because at one point I was actually providing a course for spread trading, and people were buying a course from me, and I'd provide them with the service and hold their hand all the way from the beginning to the end on that. Because I'm so now involved in my own projects, with trading, outright trading every day, plus working on algorithmic semi-automation systems out there, I've kind of released myself from the duty of taking care of a lot of people, dripped all of the future spread course inside of our YouTube channel, and rebranded and said we're just going to offer everything as free as possible. In that process, we still kept a good relationship with Tradestation. Tradestation is huge. They're powerful. They are a really good platform on two ends. Actually, Tradestation's, by the way, is one of the only big brokers that actually is their own FCM. Okay, so they actually manage their own money as well. We'll get into that in the next segment. But Tradestation, you can trade options, futures, stocks, crypto. You can integrate them into other platforms I'll mention, like TradingView, which is actually a self-standalone platform which integrates brokers into it. As I mentioned earlier in this video, most brokers are their own platform. So there is some exceptions, and we'll go through the exceptions after this, because I also have, I have multiple platforms myself. I run off multiple platforms. There's multiple things that I do. So with them, one of the main things that I was doing, first of all, I came in here and did some easy language scripting with some coders and ran some automation on futures. So again, with the future going into semi-automation or hybrid systems for the retail market, Ninjatrader and Tradestation are hands down going to be your best bet to try to get into some algorithmic trading and stuff, and meet coders out there that could be pretty affordable to implement your design and your strategy and stuff like that. And so that's what I've been doing a lot of. And their trading platform is stellar. You can trade mobile. With NinjaTrader, you cannot trade mobile. You can trade this one through your mobile phone, and they just have a really good system. Their platform is just fantastic, like the graphics, everything. But where I was using them was for our business was on our Future Plus side. So their standalone account does futures, stock, options, all kind of like in one. It looks like one big platform, but it's sub accounts. But their options account for futures, options, and future spreads is on a web-based thing called Futures Plus. Now, this is a white label version. They paid a company called Trading Technologies. Which is, they're also a data provider, and they are a professional level platform. So let's talk about them real quick. Trading Technologies is a pro level. A lot of big institutes, hedge funds and stuff use them. They are Linux based, so they're I've used this. I've traded with this from all around the world in like mountain cabins in Europe. Had no issues ever with them, with the connection and stuff. And it's mostly their original base is really like ladder trading, like dome trading and stuff like that. They had the X Trader. In recent years, they launched chart trading and things like that. And then they also have algo logic, like ADL, algo logic, and all this stuff. Quantitative trading, big professional platform. It's at a super big pro level. Now, basically, Tradestation's has hired them to write them something like this for their futures, options, and spreads. And so it became Futures Plus. And that's where that was like my stomping ground for like the last few years. And thus, that's why even we still have that relationship with them here. You could receive up to $600 commission as the direct or their promo code and everything. And the link should still be working. But yeah, pretty much. This is a platform. Once you get up to different levels, depending on what you're trying to do, you may run into this, and as well as if you want to spread trade, So Tradestation is hands down one of the best for all around anything. We do have TradingView. Now, TradingView is a great platform. I still use it. I have the Pro Plus, and the reason I have Pro Plus is I'm able to chart spreads on there because I did spreads for a long time. But basically, let's see here. I was looking at some SPAC stocks. Here's like ES. It's mobile as well, and this is a kind of a platform that you can integrate many different kind of brokers into this. This is a sister company of another big company called Multi-Charts, which is almost the same thing. These are exceptions where they are just actual platform and they are not the actual broker, but you could integrate your broker through just logging in through an API if the broker has a relationship with TradingView. Cool thing with TradingView, you can it's more of a social platform too. You can meet all kinds of people and groups inside of TradingView, get all kind of trade ideas from just like ideas. There's like it's like a social based platform. On a professional level, I don't trade off of it because I tried, and the thing is I like to use professional historical tick data, And this platform does not have historical tick data. So if you're just going to trade basic stuff, like you could trade Forex through here, you could trade cryptos, futures, of course. You could do stock depending on if your broker allows your connection. But because the fact that I like to trade off tick data, and this platform does not have that, it doesn't work for me. You know, if y'all was maybe swing trading, or I just want to analyze a chart, or I want to pull up a spread chart or something like that, I can do that pretty fine. But again, it's a great company. They're always progressing. They're always growing. They have good customer service as well. And so, it's potential here. Another good one, and I've traded with them just for a short time because when I was in a combine, a lot of people white label this platform, is Tradestation. See if I can get there. Tradestation is a web-based platform with really affordable margins, day margins. A lot of firms are moving to this setup. Hedge funds that are doing like trading combines like Top Step and stuff like that, white label this stuff, and it's pretty good. It's fast. I've tried it in a trading combine myself. I have nothing against it. It's just I just have a preference when I'm doing something myself, and you will end up having a preference too. So it's a really good platform, affordable. They give you the platform for free. They are also the broker. They're not the FCM, which we'll go through that in the next video, which is the people that are holding the actual money. So that's just another link of the whole ecosystem in trading futures. But they are actual broker, and they are the actual platform owner. And it's web-based. You can have an app on your phone if you were that confident. You can trade from your mobile phone and stuff like that. The development end, it's still growing as far as the indicators and things like that I like to use. So I'm just a big fan of using Ninjatrader or Tradestation for overall. And then if I just want to view the markets, I have TradingView, and that's when I'm on the go, and I can set alerts on TradingView, and then I trade off of, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm spread trading, if I'm futures trading or something like that, I'll go to the appropriate broker where I have my account. So another one that see if I can do Thinkorswim. Now I trade. This is a huge brokerage. Obviously, they recently had some acquisition, and they're supposed to be moving over to Charles Schwab. I have a neighbor that's like one of their main. Oops, let me take that off. So you guys don't need to see that. They're one of their main guys over there at Charles Schwab that's doing this whole integration here with TD Ameritrade. But TD Ameritrade is a really good all-around platform. The stock, options, futures. They have futures trading on here, but you got to have a larger account. I don't think they're very friendly on day trade stuff as far as margins go, and their charting, in my opinion, is not that well. I trade equity options out of here. They have a really amazing equity option system. I'm going to miss it if it ever leaves, and I hope that the company that bought it is going to do a good job at taking over the technology, because they did it in the last acquisition, but that's my personal opinion. Sucks. So the thing with them is, I do equity options out of here. You can trade futures out of here. They're all sub accounts, so you just have to have a sub account. I do well in this account here. I love this account for options. I haven't adapted to the Tradestation for it yet. I just, this is where even like my wife's IRA is, and I manage her IRA through here as well. Trading equity options and stuff like that, long deltas. So, but they have futures, okay? And I still know guys that trade out of here. Very few guys that trade. They're comfortable with still using this, and they'll trade futures out of here as well. And the reason why you guys are probably more familiar with these companies still popular. They have branches everywhere. They have a branch down the street from my house, and they're known sometime like through your employer. Might have some 401k or something in here for you. So a little bit popular one that you may have heard of, but you could trade futures through here. You just have to put in the app for it, and get the permissions for it, and let them know your trade experience and all that stuff. And then they'll open up the futures part for you. You got to just fund it with whatever their requirement is. I don't know, like, okay, if you go to this wholesale people, they're also an FCM, I heard. Let's go to, let me see if I can remember. Sierra Charts is popular. But I'll be honest with you, I have no experience with them. I know a lot of pros trade with it. I've just never messed with it. I hear people, like, I've had traders come to my group and say that they're using this stuff. Sierra chart, you'd have to look into that. I wanted to look for, all right, this is the one I was looking for, AMP Futures. So a while back I had opened up an app here, and your applications are good for like 1 year before you have to redo one. And it's been almost a year. I was going to do a project with, I wanted a platform through here. Anyways, my point is, AMP, I heard they're also an FCM, so I'll mention them in the next section. They're a small one, but here's the deal with them. They are like a wholesale broker, and they have a ton of future platforms available. So if you want to get an idea of more platforms, I wanted to close this video with this. AMP Futures has like, I don't know, like every platform there is available. And they are the broker, and they also clear too. So like, they're usually holding your money for the most part as well. You fund them directly. They're holding the money. They're the custodian. And then also they have all these platforms. Some of them you have to buy. Some platforms, you have to buy, like my Ninjatrader. I don't have the free one. I have one that I've paid one for. Plus I have enterprise licensing there. So, you just got to figure out which one, and they have a good filtration process depending on what you're looking for. Like, hey, look, just looking for a web version maybe that has chart trading, and maybe I don't want to deal with TT. I want like Rhythmic or CQG only for my data provider. And they'll give you all these cool options. So you have Sierra charts, you have all this, this guy, the owner, this guy, Jigsaw. So you'll have all these options, and these are all different platforms. Okay. So, platforms, we shouldn't have an issue on, what's available for us. Right. I wanted to mention multi-charts. Multi-charts, they have a free version, and they have, one you have to buy. From what I heard, this gentleman used to work at Tradestation, so the coding in the back end is easy language as well. And this is the sister company for TradingView.com. So they have the kind of charting here where you can integrate different platforms, different brokers. See, so if you had your money sitting at IB, but you wanted charts at multi-charts, you have the option to chart through there. Again, with these come a cost, and you have to buy them. You purchase them one time, like $1,200, $1,400. There's a lot of platforms out there that are free. Like I said, again, Ninjatrader is free. I think really it's the highest recommended I could make right now for day trading. Best rates, best customer service, good technology, ability to go into automation, build out some strategies that you have once you get a little bit more experience under your belt, and then maybe hire a coder and package up your idea so you can semi-automate some of your trading and get your anxiety off the table and things like that. I know somebody's going to probably comment like, oh, anxiety off the table, that's taken away by having confidence does take off anxiety, but still, when we're sitting at a trade desk, everything happens and emotions are all over the place. That's the reality. Semi-automation helps eliminate some of that because it manages your signals, and then your entry, your executions, and then your trade management and stuff. So again, I'm going to highly recommend Ninjatrader. That's just my choice. Hope this video helped, and we'll see you in the next video where I'm going to discuss a little bit more of the maybe the regulatory bodies in the business, just who they are, where to find them, so that's the end, that's the chain of command. And then there's where you stand, again, in between the brokers, the platforms, the custodians holding the money, and then the regulatory agency. And that's about all you have to know as a foundation as you start getting involved into building up your strategies and starting day trade. Okay? We'll talk soon. Thank you.